Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Top Stocks. This is a space where we discuss superb quality stocks that are in news for various reasons. It could be a wonderful research report. It could be a massive correction that the stock has undergone and provides just the right opportunity for you to get into it for the longer term, create wealth not only for yourself but also for the next generation. But first and foremost, here are the disclaimers. This discussion is not an invitation to buy or sell any stock. This is just a space where we discuss a quality stock based on various parameters that the market has thrown up. If you wish to take a position into the stock that is about to be discussed, you need to consult an independent financial advisor before you take a position on either side, long or short. And more importantly, I have no trading positions in the stock that we are about to discuss. So ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts. Today we will discuss India's largest heavy commercial vehicle maker, Tata Motors, which has a presence overseas by the form of Jaguar Land Rover and is also the second largest player in the passenger vehicles market. I'll request the PCI to fire the longer term chart of Tata Motors, where you will see that the stock has corrected 43% from its peak of 1175 rupees to what it is now. The price that you see on Tata Motors is somewhere in the vicinity of 664 rupees. This is the lowest since November 2023. The stock, as I have said, has corrected 43%, and this is the reason, amongst many others, why CLSA in its most recent report on Tata Motors has given it as a high conviction idea, targeted it as an outperforming stock, and given a price target of 930 rupees on Tata Motors. Let us now examine as to why CLSA has given the reasons for this increase in price target. Well, it mentions 2 or 3 major reasons. One, that this recent correction in the price of the stock of Tata Motors to the extent of 43% provides an opportunity to enter at a favorable valuation. It just says that the slowdown fears that have been in the Indian market have been exaggerated, and the fact that its most recent launches in the SUV segment have met with success, and of course the outlook for the next 2 years for Tata Motors looks to be much better than what is getting priced in at this point of time. Therefore, for long-term investors who value quality, this could be an opportune entry level to come into Tata Motors. Let's again look at CLSA's investment thesis, but let me just provide you with some other data that we have as far as Tata Motors is concerned. Firstly, this is a profit-making company. We look at the third quarter performance of Tata Motors, which was released on 29th of January. Net profit fell 23% to 5,578 crores from the year ago value of 7,145 crores. Sales, however, rose 3% to 1,13,575 crores versus 1,10,577 in the year ago quarter. They also rose sequentially. Profit also rose sequentially over the second quarter. So this is a hugely profit-making company. Now let's look at the price earnings multiple of Tata Motors. What you see is 7.7. This is much below the 5-year median of Tata Motors PE, which was 16.5. So less than half its median PE is what Tata Motors is available at in the previous 5-year duration. Yes, the stock has corrected substantially, and perhaps that's the reason why it makes sense to come back into Tata Motors. If you look at the 1-year performance of Tata Motors, it is down 28% versus the 2% rise on the Sensex and the 1.7% rise on the BSE Auto Index. So it has been a huge underperformer. Over the last 3 years, despite the fall that we've seen, 43%, Tata Motors has appreciated 12% year on year. In the last 5 years, it's been a fabulous outperformer. Each year, it has given you a 33.5% return versus a 12.6% return on the Sensex and a 22.6% return on the auto index. So it has beaten the Sensex and the Nifty, it has beaten its own auto index. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the stock performance, it's the valuation. Now look at one other important parameter, which is market cap to sales. It is abysmal, it's 0.5. It essentially points to huge amount of undervaluation. In the last 12 trailing months, the revenue of Tata Motors is 4,43,000 crore rupees and the market capitalization is just 2.45 lakh crores. So this is another pointer towards undervaluation. 0.5 is the market cap to sales ratio. PE is sub 10, in fact sub 7. It is half its own 5-year PE, and more importantly, compared with the Nifty PE of about 2021, this is way undervalued versus the Nifty. Let's look at some other parameters that CLSA has said as to why it prefers Tata Motors at current valuations. It says adverse near-term outlook gives scope to enter at favorable valuation. Now, this is what CLSA builds for its JLR business. It says that it foresees a 7% rise in JLR volumes in calendar 2026 and 27. This will result into high free cash flows. CLSA admits that JLR will throw up a free cash flow of about 1.7 billion pounds in calendar 2027 versus sub 1 billion pounds in the past 2 years. Therefore, adversities are well priced in the current correction and it is giving scope to add Tata Motors at current levels. Now some more important data. CLSA says that Tata Motors' two global players, which is Daimler, which makes Mercedes, and BMW, have recovered sharply by 25% from their November lows till about 21st of February. Remember, even Daimler and Mercedes has corrected anywhere between 43% and 33% over the past 6 months before November. So this kind of corrective rally in Tata Motors is also expected. Now, why did Tata Motors fall in the first place? That's very simple. There was weak demand for Jaguar Land Rover SUVs in their main markets, which is China, US, the UK, and of course to some extent even in India. There is this very heavy risk of import tariffs which the US might employ on EU. Remember, JLR is produced in EU, and President Donald Trump has said that he will put in 25% tariffs on all imports from EU. That has hurt sentiment on JLR because 25% sales of retail sales of JLR come from the US market. Apart from that, there was this slowdown in India over the 2024 because of elections, and that had hit heavy commercial vehicle sales. This is the main business for Tata Motors in India. New entries in the electrical vehicle space in India also eroded the margins at Tata Motors. Now these are the reasons why there was this 43% fall in the stock price. Now what are the other reasons why the stock might go up from current levels according to CLA? Of course, there is this new launch of the SUV segment that will help gain market share. Remember, JLR is going to introduce 2 electric vehicle SUVs in calendar 25 and calendar 26. Of course, in India, there is likely to be a pickup of construction activity given the thrust that the budget has given towards capex. There is going to be perhaps a rise in demand for commercial vehicles, and the fact that the stock has corrected fairly sharply. What are the risks that this price target has of 930 rupees? Well, the Indian slowdown continues. US imposes tariffs on all EU imports, and of course there could be supply chain issues and higher investments that are required, which are the key risks. Of course, the free cash flow number could also not be 1.7 billion British pound, but could be less. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, when blue chips such as Tata Motors correct somewhere like 40, 45%, 35% from their all-time highs, they present an opportunity of a lifetime to get back into this stock. What CLSA says is that fears are overdone, and perhaps, just perhaps, this could be an opportune moment to add Tata Motors to your long-term portfolio. Again, if you wish to do it, please also consult an independent advisor before you add Tata Motors. Remember, in the times of fear is when great portfolios are made. Good times and good prices never come together in Indian markets or any markets for that matter. If you are able to buy fear, that's the key to success. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it today on Top Stocks. I'll be back at 2 p.m. with another quality product for you. Thank you for joining us.
First of all, it is a very good feeling to come to, always a good feeling to come to Kashi, but particularly during the Kashi Tamil Sangama. I had come last year also, and this time